Hey guys, what's up? It's Megan and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm so excited to make this YouTube video and really just give you guys advice and tips about subliminal messaging and my experiences with subliminal messaging. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I'm obsessed with subliminals and I'm obsessed with reprogramming the mind and training the mind basically to get different outcomes in our life. And this is something anyone can do. It doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter how much you even really know about it, you can just do it. But I give you guys tips and tricks because I get a lot of people who just want advice. And when I was first doing this, there wasn't a lot of content on YouTube that was talking about really how to use a subliminal or how to get the best results from a subliminal. So that's why I made this channel, and that's why, I'm making these videos. Today's topic is going to be more nuanced. We're going to be talking about, do you need to use a mirror when you're using subliminals, or basically do you need to look in the mirror and check your results constantly when you're using a subliminal, or is it actually going to hurt you if you are constantly looking at the mirror and seeing your results? Is it going to hurt you if you look in the mirror when you're using a physical subliminal to get physical results? Is that going to stop the results from happening? Is that going to change the way your mind sees yourself so you're not going to get those results? What does it do? What does it do? So this is the third most asked question that I get about subliminals, and it's been a really highly debated topic, and I have mixed views on it. So my basic answer is that yes, you can look in the mirror when you're using subliminals, and that's fine. Nothing's gonna happen. You're still gonna get results from subliminals. But the biggest thing about this is that if you look in the mirror and you start to say, oh wow, I still look like I did last week, then that thought process, that simple having that idea that nothing has changed if you're trying to change your face or your body, just saying oh wow, it's still the same thing, that's gonna really block results or slow down results. Because what you're saying is you're disappointed in the results that you're not getting. And what your mind hears is that you have not gotten results, and your mind is not going to continue to put as much energy into the results because it's so kind of disappointed, and you're putting out a negative vibe. So you can look at the mirror when you're using a face subliminal or a really intense, maybe you're trying to make your nose thinner. You can look in the mirror after using that subliminal for a day, and that's fine. But the way you look in the mirror really counts, and the way you look in the mirror is what matters. You need to look in the mirror with a completely non-emotional and just objective state. Absolutely zero judgment when you look at yourself in the mirror. You just have to look at yourself objectively, like you're just looking at any other person. When you do that, then it's fine to look in the mirror when you're using subliminals, because you won't affect the result. See, what you're doing, this is a confusing way to explain it, but what you're doing when you look in the mirror and you're trying to get a thinner nose and you see that you still have your old nose and you think, oh wow, nothing changed, is you're basically affirming to the universe that you still have your old nose. What you need to do if you look in the mirror and there's no results, no changes, is just be okay, and just move on, just move along. And don't regard any emotions that come up, because the emotions are energy in motion. So if you regard an emotion that's ooh, that looks bad, or I don't like the way, my butt looks, it looks wrong, too fat today, or whatever, if you regard that energy and you acknowledge that energy, you are literally affirming that energy. You are just saying, okay, that's what's happening. You're putting energy into a negative thing, and you're going to stay with that same result because you're putting energy to that old result. You want to put energy to the new result and to the new you that you're trying to manifest, and the new life you're trying to manifest. If you keep putting energy to the old you and having negative thoughts and being this isn't working, oh my gosh, it looks bad or whatever, you're not going to see a change happening. You're not going to see it. If you think you can't do this, if you think like you can't look in the mirror with a completely non-biased and just objective stare, you know, then I would recommend doing the no mirror challenges and not looking in the mirror when using subliminals for physical results. Because you're gonna be kicking yourself in the butt basically if you keep looking in the mirror and saying, oh my god, nothing changed, or it changed but it only changed a little bit. Like, that's not gonna work. For example, when I was trying to get my height to be taller, I didn't like measure myself every single day. If I did that, I think I would have been really discouraged and I would have never gotten a result, because I would have been like, oh my god, I can't see anything's changing. But now I just use it, I just measure myself like a few weeks after, you know, I did it like every 2 weeks, and I still got a result because I was not like obsessing over it and like keeping pace, you know, keeping track. We shouldn't be keeping track of the results that we're getting. We shouldn't be keeping track every single second of your results. You don't need to take a photo every day, because what that's going to do is just, it's going to block your mind's natural processes. It's going to put too much negative energy into it, and the mirror can be really hard to not look at. I understand, because some of us, you know, have to get ready for work or school or whatever, and you can't just like not look in the mirror. So if you are, you know, struggling with that, then it might be just time to go with no makeup and just kind of like, you know, do the manifesting on days when you don't have anything important, obviously, because, but again, if you just don't judge yourself, if you just don't like analyze anything about yourself in the mirror, and you look in the mirror, it's not going to affect the subliminal results negatively, and you're going to have a fine time getting results. Really analyzing every single detail of the molecular structure of their nose when they're listening to a sub, because these things happen unconsciously, and it's keeping it unconscious, which also helps, because your conscious mind is going to block a subliminal result, because your conscious mind is going to say, oh wait, Megan shouldn't have this type of nose. Megan has a large nose. And then when you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, it's a small nose, you're going to contradict yourself. It's going to hurt your results. You just want the results to happen unconsciously. You want to actually change the molecular structure, and that's how physical subliminals work. They actually change the molecular structure, because remember, atoms are mostly empty space, so there really is nothing that's solid or has a definite structure to it that can't be changed. That's a myth. You can change physical matter using subliminals, and again, have that belief, have that intention, and put that energy and that positive energy to it, and you will get results. I've used the no mirror challenge before. It was really fun and it really did help. But I also like looking in the mirror, because sometimes the subliminal might give you a result that you like don't want at all. For example, this was a while ago, but I was using a narrower cheekbone subliminal. I was using it for like maybe 2 days. This was when like I was really obsessed with like just looking exactly like Megan Fox, and like I was doing like so much stuff. But I learned to just like not care if I look exactly like someone and everything, and I've gotten over that. Anyway, I was using a narrower cheekbone subliminal. I looked in the mirror like the day after, and I was like, did not like it. I looked very like different, and it was weird. And I even like Snapchatted a friend of mine, and they like thought that I like lost weight because it like made my face more narrow, and I looked too different. I didn't like it, so I actually had to stop doing that. But at that point, I'm kind of grateful that I did look in the mirror, because I could have still been manifesting a result that I didn't want. And you can always, you know, change a result. If you want to manifest something else, you can always like reverse it by just using a different subliminal that's the complete and exact opposite of what you were trying to do. But again, that takes time. We don't want to do that. So make sure you know what you want to get, and make sure you're not just copying someone's face for the sake of thinking that you want their face. Like, make sure you really love your features first before you use subliminals, because that can really help. And you need to be grateful for just even having a face itself, or just even having a body itself. Like, you should just be grateful for the fact that you have physicality and that you're beautiful anyway. And all of that positive thinking is going to really help with just your mindset in general, manifesting good stuff in general in your life. Alright, so that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this video about using the mirror during subliminals. I hope you guys can like and subscribe and follow to my channel. It would mean the world to me. I put out a lot of subliminal content and I talk about law of attraction, manifesting, the subconscious mind, spirituality, everything under the sun regards to that. And if you all want to get a custom subliminal, I do offer custom subliminals. You can check the links in the description. And also another thing is I have been wanting to make a channel that's just for subliminals. I haven't put it up yet, but keep a lookout on my posts. I have an Instagram at MeganXRose, and I will be talking about making a custom subliminal channel. Alright, I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and have the best time manifesting anything that your heart desires. Love you!